So in this video, I will be making meringues, technically a French meringue. This recipe will involve 2 eggs, 1/3 cup of regular sugar, a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, a pinch of salt, and a 1/2 teaspoon of an extract of your choice. Typically vanilla extract is used, but I will be using this star anise extract to give the meringues a light licorice flavor. So let's start with the eggs. Make sure not to get any egg yolk in these whites because it will prevent the meringue from whipping up properly. Now, some recipes recommend to use room temperature egg whites because it makes them faster to whip up. However, I don't do this, and I also don't recommend it because it can make your meringue batter looser and more prone to breaking. And make sure to save the egg yolks because you can use those in a different recipe. Now we'll add in the salt. Enjoy. The salt will help the eggs to whip up. So after a minute or two of whipping the eggs, we can add in slowly the regular sugar. Alright, so the eggs should be at stiff peaks and should be able to do something like this without the egg whites falling out of the bowl. Now then, we will whip in the star anise extract or the vanilla extract if that's what you're using. I also recommend almond extract as it gives a nice almond flavor to the meringues. Okay, so now we'll begin mixing in the powdered sugar. And so most powdered sugars have cornstarch mixed in with the sugar, and that helps with the properties of the sugar, but it also will help our meringue remain solid as it's being baked, and it prevents it from shrinking. So if by the off chance your powdered sugar doesn't have cornstarch, you can add in about a tablespoon or so. I recommend sifting the powdered sugar as that helps prevent there from being any clumps. And then we will fold in the powdered sugar with a spatula. Folding prevents the air bubbles inside of our meringue from popping as we incorporate in the powdered sugar. So be sure to use proper folding technique where you go from the bottom and then you fold it over the top, and this will eventually incorporate in all of the powdered sugar. So with that, we have completed the mix and we can start. So you can pipe your meringues from a bag onto your baking tray. However, I prefer to just use spoons. The recipe I used is based off of one I found at prettysimplesweet.com. The link will be in the description. Alright, so here are the meringues. They didn't come out as white as I could have hoped for, but let's just blame that on the star anise extract. So I had them in the oven baking for a little over 2.5 hours, and then I turned the oven off and kept them in there to continue drying out. And as you can see, I've already eaten a few, but let's just pretend to do a taste test. Tastes pretty good. Like licorice, and they are pretty crunchy, as you may be able to hear. So that's good. And yeah, that's the end of the video.